TIFU by catcalling a cat without checking my surroundings. About 2 hours ago I was heading home with a bunch of shopping bags and I saw a cat sitting in the corner of a side street, so I approached the cat and went PS hey baby, and I see a woman coming out of that side street. We lock eyes and I immediately say that I'm talking to the cat and point at the cat, only to do a half step on the sidewalk, twist my ankle, fall down, hit my right leg hard on the street, not sure exactly how. It happened as I just ended up on my back with a lot of pain in my leg, with one of the bags I was holding ripping open and my things scattering near me. I heard laughter and a dude ran towards me and helped me get up, while another collected my things and put them in the other bags for me. They made sure I was okay and left. Then I stood there in pain and extreme embarrassment for a couple of minutes. TL. Doctor, I catcalled a cat, worried a woman would think I was harassing her, tripped, fell, got hurt and embarrassed. I like to think the woman didn't even hear the cat calling, and in her version of events, she made eye contact with a man on the street who blurted out, "I was talking to the cat," and then proceeded to fall dramatically. Hilarious. This is my favorite version of events. Makes her even more confused, wondering what the cat's response was that made him fall down so hard. Well, that's the most random cluster duck, haha. Whatever tension she might have felt got finished with your fall. If that serves any consolation, that's a relief. Thank you. Yeah, you were either really talking to a cat, or the worst sexual harasser ever. That's some slapstick right there. Glad the dude helped you even as he was laughing. Watching movies has influenced my mind. While picturing this in my head, Op had a baguette sticking out the top of one bag and oranges went rolling from the other when he hit the ground. I immediately say that I'm talking to the cat and pointed at the cat. Cat, I've never seen this dude in my life. Apostrophe. Don't worry dude. Embarrassing stuff happens to everyone. You're likely the only person who thinks you were embarrassing too. It sounds like you handled the situation well. Don't know about you, but I shall never forget the day that Redditor Peta Gamer made a total fool of himself in front of God, country and a random cat. I'm going to tell strangers about it. That's what you get for harassing cats. And I'll do it again. Meanwhile, the woman's side of the story probably sounds more like r/instant karma. Someone face planted trying to catcall me. You probably made her day one way or another. This is how I met your mother. Imagine she didn't hear you. She comes out of the street and some random dude is squatting there and says I'm talking to the cat and immediately goes flailing about. You're the second person to create this image in my head and it's legit making me snort laugh. Holy shit. Haha, I did exactly this on Saturday. I'm a big bearded tradesman and I'm working in a buddy's driveway. Off my truck's tailgate, a car pulls into the neighbor's drive. 8-10 feet to my right and what I'm assuming was the neighbor's 16 to 17 years old daughter hops out. As she passes me, my buddy's cat comes up the opposite side of the truck, out of her view. Not even thinking, I make a few kiss noises and say "Come here cutie." My brain screams WTF and quickly replaces all other cutie calls with Tigger, and I quickly bend down to pet the still invisible to her cat, haha. I think you accidentally harassed a lady with telekinesis. This is definitely what happened. How can you be so unlucky in only 3 seconds? Honestly, I considered myself lucky since I came out not seriously injured and with a funny story to tell. This sort of thing happened to me once. My work has a tiny parking lot which is reserved for patients, so staff park their cars on a nearby residential street. Subsequently, I walk this street frequently. In the spring, I saw a tiny black squirrel and ran across him almost daily. It was honestly a really fun, cute thing for me to watch him running and climbing around. I saw him a lot, and in my head I nicknamed him Little Blackie since, you know, here's a little black squirrel and apparently I have little creativity in naming things. One day, I was walking to my car on lunch and I saw him. I was transfixed with him, not at all paying attention to the world around me. He got close to me, and I said out loud, "Hey little Blackie." Look up at that exact moment to see a black mailman getting out of his mail truck. I panicked. I stammered I was talking to the squirrel, and then point. Squirrel is gone. Mailman just looks at me. I then awkwardly hustle to my car, jump in and sit there. I figured a quick jet away would look embarrassing. So I just sat in my car for a few minutes, thinking I'm alone. I start berating myself. Finally turn on the car and go to drive away, and the mailman is walking down the street directly beside my car. I should have checked my mirrors better before pulling away from the curb, but I just couldn't turn my head to look at this guy who probably thinks I'm either racist or insane or possibly both. I started parking on a different street after that. Too embarrassing. Can't go back there again. As a child we had a German shepherd named Foxy. I was on our front porch calling the dog and as some young teen girls were walking by. "Come here Foxy. Come here girl." They all assumed I was talking to them and laughed. I didn't fall, but I still live with the cringe. I can only see this happening to Kramer from Seinfeld. Honestly George was in my head. I was talking to the cat. I'm glad I'm not the only one who stops doing whatever I'm doing if I see a cat. Of course I look around first to make sure no one is watching. I hope your ankle heals fast up. OMG, I was just about to post a TIFU that included cat calling as well, LMAO. Now I'm not a regular on this sub by any means, but I think this is the first time I've seen a TIFU that actually happened on the same day of the post. Good shit opus. Construction sites are actually full of guys yelling PS 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 hey pretty lady and them shaking bags of cat treats. Who finally I can share this. Had similar thing happen to me. Saw a cat on the street. Hunched down and went PSSS PSSS. A guy had just walked past me as I did this, and while trying to pet the cat heard muffled laughter and caught him glancing back. So, the guy thought I cat called him, and realizing I actually tried to pet a cat. This could have easily turned into a How I Met Your Mother story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below.